Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Just a quick look at some exercises, tamarin, which we can take from Ad-Darsu Tali, which is the third lesson. Remember the concepts that we were looking at in previous lesson. Ajib an as'ila al-atiyat. We are not going to look at question number 1 and question number 2 because these are direct questions from the book itself. So you can have a look up for the answers if you have any challenges. Let's look at Ikra al-Mithal al-Atiyah, the Ismu Tafdil. So we are going just to give a quick look at some of the concepts that are in this book. Hashim Tawilun wa Hamid Atwal Minhu. What does this mean? Hashim is tall, wa Hamid Atwal Minhu, and Hamid is taller than him. So when we use Atwal Min, we remember Atwal is in form of Af'al, which is Ismu Tafdil. In some instances, we refer that previously as Af'al Tafdil, which is the same as Ismu Tafdil, which is the same. So it has got the pattern Af'al. So when Af'al is after Af'al comes Min, harf jar Min, it becomes comparative degree. We are comparing two people. In this case, we are comparing Hashim and Hamid. But in this case, we used particle ha, which is Damir Yadulu, or it returns to Hashim. So we can put Hashim here. We can say Hamid Atwal min Hashim. But here we use we use a particle for Damir. But Aminatu Sagiru. Sagiratun. So Sagiratun because Amina is feminine, so we say Sagiratun. Wa Zainab Askaru minha. So we are saying this is Mudakkar and this is Mu'annad. But whether we are referring to Mudakkar or we are referring to Mu'annad, male or female in gender, we use the same pattern Af'al, Asgharu, Atwal, Asghar, whichever we are looking at, but it carries the same, whether gender male or whether gender female. Right. So this is, you can have a reading on this. هذا الكتاب أصغر أسهل من ذلك. When you use min, it becomes comparative. But when an ism comes after ismu tafdil, it becomes superlative. We'll look at that one as well. Let's look at one of that. But here we are using min. Min is comparative. We're comparing two things. So I want you to read all this. This is all about comparative degree. So in item number 4, so كون جملا من الكلمات الآتية مستعملا اسم تفضيل. So in this case, we are going to use, now I want you to get to practice this ismu tafdil. How do we do that? When you are comparing two people, two items, two things, we use min. So Hashim, what do we say? Tawilun. We can say Hashim Tawilun. But what if you want to say Hashim is taller than Uthman? We can say Hashim Atwalu min Uthman. So this is, you must just take note of that. That when we want to compare two people, we use min. Min. So with the pattern, ismu tafdil, af'al, af'al, atwal, akbal, afan, ashal, and so forth. So you can go through all this and complete this exercise. It's a very easy exercise, cementing the concept that we've already learned previously. اقرأ المثال ثم حول الجمل الآتية على خيرها مستعملا اسم التفضيل. So I want you to now read here before, then you can use اسم التفضيل. Remember اسم التفضيل? أفعل, أفعل. If we say أفعل من, it means af'al min means you're comparing two things. If we say af'al with an ism in front, as'aluha, as'aluhu, atwaluhu, it means superlative. we're saying is tallest, biggest. So tall, taller, tallest. Remember that. Right, let's look at Muhammadun Talibun Hassan. So Muhammad is a good student. And what do we say? Muhammadun Ahsan Talibin fi fasl. Remember, af'al, tafdil, then ism, majrurun, it becomes, yes, yeah, you're right. You're correct. It becomes superlative. So we're saying Muhammadun is the best in the class. So it becomes superlative. The moment ism comes, ism, remember it's majrurun, becomes after a tafdil, ism tafdil becomes superlative. And if you want to see the difference, the other one you have to put min to become comparative degree. So I want you to go through all this. This is a very simple exercise. You can manage and you can also do this using REST. Remember, ismu tafdil, whether mudakar or mu'annath, is just af'al, asqaru, ajmal, and so forth. So I want you to go through all this and finish that without any problems. Ikra al-mithalain. So we're going to read the two examples. ثم أربط بين كل جملتين فيما يلي مستعمل لكن. So we will look at لكن, but وعلم عن لكن من أجواب أخوة إن. So we with that in mind, that lakina is a sister of inna. Remember, we have already seen lakina in the passage. So this is how lakina can be used. Let's look at how it has been used here. Look at the first example. It says الطالب كثير, الطلاب كثير. So the students are many. Then another sentence says al-fasl saghirun. So this is another sentence, a complete jumla ismiya. So these two sentences are jumla ismiya. The other one with a mubtada, the other one with a khabar. Mubtada al-fasl, al-saghir, khabar. So these are two sentences, al-tulab kathirun, al-fasl saghirun. So we want to join these two sentences, but using lakin. Lakina, but. Okay, so we can say atulabu kathira lakina al-fasla saghir. So look at how we have changed using lakina. So it says the one statement comes, the difference here is the change from al-fasl, which was the mubtada. In this case, it changes into ismu lakina by changing the vowel into fatah. So it changes because of lakina. It becomes ismu lakina, and the other one becomes habaru lakina. All right. So I hope you understand that. Hamid mujtahidun wa sadiqahu qaslan. So Hamid is very hardworking. He's hardworking, and his friend is lazy. So we want to join these two sentences so that they become one using lakina. So we say Hamid mujtahidun lakina sadiqahu, because lakina, remember, changes the mubtada into ismu lakina. So it becomes lakina sadiqahu kaslan. So we continue like that. We can have a look at some of these, but I know this is very easy for you. You can go through that and join the two sentences and without any problem. Ikra mithalain, which has the two examples. Thuma idkhul ka'ana ala al-jumal al-atiyah. So we are going to use also ka'ana. Remember, ka'ana means look like, or yes, look like It's more like when you see someone and you say, you look like your brother. Ka'anna akhuk. You look like your brother. So let's have a look at how you can use. Remember, it's also Ka'anna is also mean akhwatu inna. So it's the sister to inna. So the concept that applies with inna, applies with lakinna, but ismu lakinna changes into the mubtada changes into ismu lakinna and it becomes mansubun, is the same that applies also here with ka'ana. Let's look at the examples and how we can use it. Man hada al-fata? Al-fata. So we say, who is that boy? Who is this boy? This hada, this man hada al-fata. Who is this boy? Ka'anahu ahu. He looks like your brother. So you can see how ka'ana has been used here. And this damiri ha refers to al-fat, here, the boy. So we say ka'annahu ahu. So looks like your brother. So this is how we use that. Remember, ka'anna, this ha is the ismu ka'anna. So it changes this damiri and it refers to al-fat. So I hope you have a look at that. من هذه الطفلة؟ كأنها أختك. أختك. So it's أختك, the sister, because we say هذه. Who is this young girl? It looks like it's your sister, maybe your sister, right? So I want you to go through all this and join this using ka'anna. Ka'anna means looks like, as if. Okay. Ikra mimayal. Then we also looked in previous lesson, we explained the numbers. Ahada ashara taliban. And we said numbers from 11 to 19 has got two special characters that we need to look at. Numbers 11 and 12. Everything, if the mawdud is mudhakkar, kulli mudhakkar. Kulli adad mudhakkar. So we're saying if they counted, in this case, taliban is mudhakkar, it becomes, everything becomes mudhakkar. Ahada ashara taliban. It means 11 students. Although students is written in singular, but it is students. Taliban. So 11 students. Etna ashara taliban. Also 11, 12, we said if the maudud, remember maudud, the counted. And what is the other one? Is the adad. Adad has got two parts. It we call a compound adad. We call it murakkab. It is a compound. It has two parts. It has got the one part and the other part. And we say it with 11 and 12, all parts, they carry same gender. So if you see, if the maudud, which is in this case, taliban, if it is mudhakkar, everything becomes mudhakkar. 11 and 12. But when it comes to 13, it is 13 to 19, we divided this into two parts. Like, let me take my annotation here. We divided this into two parts. Just put a line here. The one, as you're looking at the screen, the one on the left, start with Ashara Talib, is the same in gender. This bigger box has got the same in gender, and it's opposite to the smaller box. Symbol is that. So if the maudud is mudhakkar, so it means the second part of the compound added is the same. So when I say compound added, I'm referring to arba'ata ashara. This is the compound added. And I'm saying the second part, in this case, I'm referring to the second part after. This is 1. Let's say this is 1. And let's say this is 2. So I'm referring to the second part is always the same with the Maudud. In this case, the Maudud is this one, the 3. Let's put this 3. So 3 and 2 or 2 and 3 are the same, always opposite to the first one. This is the concept. If you grasp this concept, we are good to go with your numbers. Okay. All right, let's have a look at the next one. So I won't go in detail much because we've already covered this concept. I want you to read the numbers, count the numbers, and get familiar with the numbers. Ikram mimaya. Let's read the following. Tuma uktubuhuma kitab. الأرقام الواحد الورق فيها بالحروف. So we are going to, then we will write in your books the numbers that are as in letters. So we are given here the numbers as in, these are numbers 19, 19, and we're given 15 and so forth. So here is also a test to know your numbers. We've already done that in book 1, but do you still remember the numbers? And do you also remember how to write numbers 11 to 19? We've just done that. If you have any issues, you can go on top and refer. So I want you to have a look at the number line. We did the number line in book 1, and here comes again the number line. May you try to do this without even looking on top and see if you can manage. All right. Let's look at Ikram Mima Yali. So adults awal, first lesson. First, these are first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and so forth. So الدرس الأول، الدرس الثاني، الدرس الثالث، الدرس الرابع. These are the lessons that we do. Remember, we today we're on dars thalith, on the third lesson. We call that third. If you want to say third lesson, we say dars thalith. So you can go on and read all these numbers: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, eighth, and so forth. Let's look at this exercise. In اسمعوا الآتية بعدد الترتيب المشتق من عدد المذكر أمام كل واحد منه. So I want you to do this. This is a very easy exercise. اليوم, then this number. What is this number? Same, I won't give you the answers for this because this is just on top of the page there. So you can first try it to see if you remember this number. If you remember this number, then you just put in front of this mubtada. So it becomes there a number, put a number. These numbers are between 1 and 10. Okay? Right? أول مؤنث أولى نقول الطالب الأول والطالبة الأولى. So this is how we change الأول becomes الأولى. So yeah. So let's finish with this one. وجه المدرس إلى طلاب أسئلة مكان من ليس كذلك يجب عليه الطلاب ببلا. Now, for example, so we are saying here on this question, the teacher will ask the students with this in the place of alaysa kadhalika, and the students shall answer and say bala. Bala means yes. So if you use alaysa kadhalika, the answer is bala. Always, if you're in affirmation, is bala. In affirmation, you say bala. So let's look at this. Anta min al-Hind, alaysa kadhalika? You're from India. Are you from India? Isn't that so? So you say bala. If you agree, you say bala. أنت مريض أنت مريض أليس كذلك? You are sick, isn't that so? If you agree, you say bala. So that's very easy for you. You must be able to do that. Um, I think the let's finish with this. The new words. I want you to look at the new words. You can use a dictionary to look at these new words as well. I will leave that as homework to you. This is a very easy words. We have done that in the passage. I have explained to them. I explained the words. So, Jazakallah khairan for now. We'll meet in the next class as we look at the next lesson. Jazakallah khairan. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.